All right, thank you. Well, then that leads into me helping to introduce a Pinellas resident who's trying to make Pinellas County great again. With the elections, a candidate for supervisor of election, a U.S. Army military veteran, and a patriot. And he's not just trying to save Pinellas and Tampa Bay and Florida. He's trying to help save America because of his work in election integrity. We're trying to stop the steal and bring back election integrity to our elections. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Chris Gleason.
Thank you. Thank you. So, what do you think about the last election, huh? Pretty interesting. Yeah, it was a mixed bag because there was a lot of down ballot races stolen.
Yep.
And there was primaries that were stolen too.
That's right.
And what's good about it is we caught them.
Yeah.
We caught them every which way.
Wow.
And there are some lawsuits being litigated right now. Some are in the Court of Appeals, but we're fighting still.
That's right.
And something that I made a promise to my daughters, and I told them that I was going to fight to make sure that their votes actually counted.
That's right.
And that I wanted them to have the country that I thought I grew up in. Mm-hmm. Just like I pretty much say most of you probably feel the same way.
That's right.
Because we all love our nation and we love our families.
Mm-hmm.
And we really do want to make America great again.
Yep.
So one of the things that I think is really important is that you as patriots and you as people involved in local politics, it's up to you to hold your candidates, whether they win or not, accountable.
That's right.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, I know that prior to me running, when I would see a candidate and it was questionable with the race, it really bothered me when I would see them roll over and do nothing. And as I got involved in not rolling over, in fighting, it hit me. I'm like, wow, nobody really fights it like this. And that made me think. I'm like, well, gee, if these people won't even fight for themselves, they're certainly not going to fight for you. And so when you have candidates who are in it to win it, and they make promises and they say, I'm going to fight this all the way, stand by them, because those are the people who are going to fight. I mean, you have we should be Mr. Congressman right there, right? Because we know, I called him. I said, hey, Rocky, you really won.
That's right.
And he said, you think so? I'm like, oh no, yeah, you definitely won.
Yep.
And I'm like, you need to call Peter Tickton, and I mean, we caught him.
That's right.
So, I'm sure you might have heard about these no-no ballots, right? Well, what's great about the no-no ballots is that every single one of them was illegally requested.
Wow.
Every single one. 219,673 in the primary. There was about 198,000 some odd in the general. Now, what's great about that, and I was explaining this to Rocky on the way here. I love this. So 219,673 counts of fraudulently ordering ballots. Each one of those is a third-degree felony.
Wow.
Okay? And then, because they did it on the internet, okay, you have wire fraud. So it's 219,675 instances of wire fraud.
Wow.
Then, they mailed the ballots out. And that's 219,673 counts of mail fraud. And then they tried to cover it up. So you've got 219,673 counts of conspiracy and altering election records.
Wow.
Now, even if they could somehow prove that they didn't illegally order the ballots, but we know that they did, they would have the problem, right, of every single day after those ballots were illegally requested, they uploaded a record to the Florida Department of State. And in it was 219,673 false entries in election records.
Wow.
And then every day that they did that for the 75 days that they're required to upload those reports, they committed felonies, third-degree felonies. Lots of them.
Yeah, I know.
So over in Pinellas, we found out that half of all of the circuit court judges were on that list.
Wow.
And 2 of them actually presided illegally in violation of the judicial canons over cases tied to those elections.
Wow.
And the judges then made questionable rulings, but we're holding them accountable.
That's right.
And you need to hold your people accountable.
That's right.
Because that man right there should be in Congress.
That's right. That's right.
And Billy Christensen here in Hillsborough County, he should be the SOE.
That's right.
And one of the other curious things that we found all across Florida is that we had an amazing slate of supervisor of elections candidates, all America Firsters. Okay, amazing slate of people in the 13 most populous counties. All, none of them won. And amazingly, in all those races, somehow the supervisor of elections race got more votes than either Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. I guess Craig Latimer must be really popular. I know Julie Marcus was, but it's easy to do when you forge and order fake ballots and do all sorts of funny stuff. So I haven't quit. I don't plan on it. And one of the other great things about catching them, we caught them with the money laundering. We caught them with the smurfing.
Come on.
And a lot of the stuff that you see with Doge and USAID, well, your elections were stolen with your tax dollars.
Wow.
So, and I think what you're going to end up finding is that a lot of those paychecks, a lot of that federal money, that ended up being laundered back into all of these political campaigns via the Smurf network, which we've mapped, all of them. Every single one of them.
What's a Smurf?
Oh, a Smurf is a person who doesn't know that they're making campaign finance donations. And there's a lot of them. Thousands and thousands and thousands of them, actually. The #1 Smurf in the United States, she donated 69,000 times.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're in the process of flushing that stuff out. I'm working on getting some of the raw data from the FEC, because the FEC, you know, they're in on it. And that's why the president took it over, and the FEC has 2 sets of books. Isn't that funny?
Wow.
Just like the supervisor of elections office, they have 2 sets of books too.
Wow.
And so all of this stuff is all interconnected, because all of these elderly people and people who've had their identities borrowed and stolen and cloned all over the United States, not only are they voting in multiple states, but they're donating in multiple states.
Wow.
But they kind of have a problem now, because a lot of that money's being cut off. So I have some good news for you. I did an analysis this afternoon before I came here, because I wanted to make sure I was right. And you can rest assured that Rocky took no Smurf money. And he won. Legitimate.
Right.
So thank you for having me. And
Take your time. You got
I got another minute.
20
Okay,
seconds.
I got a minute.
Use it.
All
Use
right,
it.
I'll use my minute. So we're going to be speaking next week at the big Trump golf resort over in East Coast of Florida, and you're going to probably hear quite a bit of crazy stuff that's going to get revealed there. A lot of crazy stuff, because we're going to break some more stories on the Smurfs and how much money because we ended up finding out in the past couple days way more money. So it's going to shock you all, and there are Republicans who participated in this, like Tom Cotton and Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell and a whole bunch more.
Wow.
So, but we're gonna get rid of them, all of them, primary them.
That's right.
So I have two ways to reach me or to view me. I'm at Immutable Christ on Twitter, and I have a Substack, Immutable Truth Elections. So I'm Chris Gleason. Thank you for having me, and God bless.
Thank you.